is fourth, team seventh, Ty McClung at the line. Bayshore and Tweedy into the lineup for Yorktown. Foul on Bayshore is first. Team's eighth. Ty McClung at the line for the Indians. We'll score Yorktown 30.
Well, good afternoon or good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Yorktown High School for tonight's basketball action between the home team, the Yorktown Tigers, and the Mississinewa Indians. Dalton Bishop with you here this evening. Great to be calling the action here on the Tribe Sports Network. Unfortunately, due to some technical difficulties of getting a new computer, we are unable to bring you the video portion of this evening's matchup. But the good news, we're still able to give you the play-by-play action here this evening. 2 minutes left in the junior varsity contest with Mylan McCowan at the line for the Tigers. The Mississinewa leads 32-31 with 2:02 left in the fourth. McCowan's free throw is up, and it's in and out and no good. And Mississinewa continues to lead by one at 32-31. 2:02 left in the junior varsity contest. McCowan's second free throw up, rolls off the rim, no good. A lane violation on Swanner. And bad news bears for the Indians. McCowan gets one more. We will step aside for a 30-second timeout and come back with more from Yorktown High School. This is Mississinewa Indians basketball on the Tribe Sports Network. Welcome back to Yorktown High School. The Mississinewa Indians continue to lead. They lead by one at 33-32. 1:48 left in the fourth quarter. McCowan with the basketball, dribbles to the left, kicks it back out. And now he drives, swings it over to Bolds. Bolds drives inside, loses it, and they're going to call a foul on Swanner. And Indian fans look in disbelief.
Foul on Swanner. Swanner is first. Timeout, Mississinewa.
So we got a timeout on the floor. Mississinewa, 33-32. 1:37 left in the junior varsity. Back again in 1 minute on the Tribe Sports Network. Welcome back to Yorktown High School. A free throw by Bolds ties it up at 33-34 now. 34-33. Yorktown with a 1-point lead. Yoder over in the corner to Landon Swanner. Swanner brings it back out. Over, casting on, wide open three, no good. Rebound, Yoder floats it up, no good. And Yorktown comes away with the rebound. Jordan Bescher over to McCowan. A minute to play. for the Tigers. Basket in the foul. Indian fans not too happy about that one. That foul is on foul was on Peyton Enzer. Swanner with the basketball. Indians down 3. Swings it over with the ball. Here's Swanner, drives to the free throw line, and he threw it away. Turnover on the Indians. Yorktown going to hold. Indians are going to have to foul. .7 left. Yorktown with a 3-point lead, 36-33. We're going to have a timeout for the Indians. It's a full timeout, and we'll do the same. 36-33, Tigers with a 3-point lead. Back in 1 minute on the Tribe Sports Network.
From Jamestown to Jonesville. From North Salem to South Milford. From River Forest to Grass Creek. No matter where you live in Indiana, you can enjoy high school sports coverage at its very best on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. It's 35 powerhouse radio stations, Fox Sports Indiana, and the World Wide Web, combining their vast resources to blanket the state, the Midwest, and the world with the purest, most riveting presentation of high school sports in America. From Anderson to Attica, Kendallville to Kokomo, follow the high school sports that make our state great all season long. Thank you, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, and welcome home.
Welcome back to Yorktown High School. Mylan McCowan at the line. First one up, and no good. Indians still have a chance to tie things up here. Plenty of time for Ole Miss. McCowan's second free throw up. This one hits the front of the rim, no good. An offensive board and swatted away from Peyton Enzer. Harris to inbound. Swanner takes it away. Swanner out and running. Pass to Castanon. Goes up, put it in. And it's a 1-point lead for Yorktown and a 30-second timeout for Mississinewa. On the Nicholson Realty scoreboard, Yorktown 36. Mississinewa 35, back in 30 seconds on the Tribe Sports Network.
Struggling to keep up with your kids, your finances, your insurance, your life? I'm State Farm Agent Dennis Roach, and I can help you simplify and get to a better state. When we handle your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything else. More money, too. Because adding State Farm policies can earn discounts that could add up to 40% and actually help you get ahead. Call me, State Farm Agent Dennis Roach, at 674-9831 today and get to a better state with State Farm.
Welcome back to Yorktown. 19.9 left. Fourth quarter of the junior varsity contest. The Mississinewa Indians trail by 1 at 36-35. McCowan gets the inbound. McClung fouls McCowan, and now he's going to the line to shoot 2. With 11.1 left in the junior varsity contest, and then we will get into things, get into our pregame show for the varsity game. Shot up from McCowan, This one goes in, and it's 37-35, a 2-point lead for the Tigers. The Indians are down, but they're certainly not out. One more. This one no good. Ends are the rebound. And he threw it away. Yoder comes away with it down the court. And the Indians stole it away. They had a perfect opportunity. And they threw it away.
Foul on Cassidy is fifth.
And the Indians are more than likely going to drop this game. It's 37-35. 1 second left in the junior varsity contest. Welcome back. 2 free throws on the way for Yorktown, and at the line to shoot them both is Jordan Bescher. He's got to miss at least one for the Indians to have an opportunity. First one up, nothing but net. A 3-point lead for the Tigers. One more for Bescher. It's up. Short, no good. And that's the way the JV game is going to end. The Indians could not get an offensive rebound, or could not get a defensive rebound. Yorktown had a ton of offensive rebounds. The Indians had a chance, but just could not capitalize here this evening. But we'll step aside for 2 minutes and come back and start our varsity pregame show. The Yorktown JV Tigers defeat the JV Indians 38-35. We're back in 2 minutes on the Tribe Sports Network.
From Jamestown to Jonesville, from North Salem to South Milford, from River Forest to Grass Creek. No matter where you live in Indiana, you can enjoy high school sports coverage at its very best on the IHSAA Champions Network. Presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. It's 35 powerhouse radio stations, Fox Sports Indiana, and the World Wide Web, combining their vast resources to blanket the state, the Midwest, and the world with the purest, most riveting presentation of high school sports in America. From Anderson to Attica, Kendallville to Kokomo, follow the high school sports that make our state great all season long. Thank you, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, and welcome home.
Struggling to keep up with your kids, your finances, your insurance, your life? I'm State Farm Agent Dennis Roach, and I can help you simplify and get to a better state. When we handle your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything else. More money, too. Because adding State Farm policies can earn discounts that could add up to 40% and actually help you get ahead. Call me, State Farm Agent Dennis Roach, at 674-9831 today and get to a better state with State Farm. In Grant County, you know how much it means to have neighbors you can count on, like the Cookout Kings who invite you over every weekend for Burger Palooza. Well, here's another good neighbor you can count on. I'm State Farm Agent Dennis Roach. My team and I are here to help life go right when you combine your home and auto insurance, which can save you money and time. So combine home and auto and start the savings rolling. Call me, State Farm Agent Dennis Roach at 674-9831, 674-9831, and get to a better state with State Farm.
Well, welcome to Yorktown High School for tonight's matchup between the home team, the Yorktown Tigers, and the visiting team, the Mississinewa Indians. We are live here this evening from Yorktown High School. Dalton Bishop with you here tonight. It's great to be here calling the action. Unfortunately, due to some technical difficulties, we were unable to bring you the video portion of tonight's event. But the good news is we at least have a way for you to tune in to tonight's game. The Mississinewa Indians and the Yorktown Tigers meet up here this evening. Both teams very, very solid schedules. They both play tough schedules. For Mississinewa, they come in off of a win against Madison Grant this past Friday, 65-53. Yorktown, on the other hand, comes in off of a loss to Class 4A Greenfield Central, 67-47. They also lost to Jay County, 49-29. Yorktown on a 4-game losing streak. I'm sure they would like to break that here this evening, especially being on their home floor. Eric Brands is the head coach for the Tigers, 2-5 in his first year at the school. Yorktown stands at 2-5. For Mississinewa, Andrew Everts, the head coach, returns to his fourth year at the school. Everts, 39-39 and 3-3 this season. The Indians started off their season with a win at Manchester, 64-52. Return home for their home opener against Huntington North. Dropped that decision, 36-30. They beat Norwell, 50-45. Went on a 2-game losing streak. They lost at Northwestern, 45-43. Lost at Oak Hill, 50-30. And then just defeated Madison Grant this past Friday, 65-53. Yorktown opened up their season with a loss, 80-46 to Muncie Central. They played Alexandria the second game of the season, defeated the Tigers 46-44. They played Muncie Burris on December 1st, defeated them 71-55, and then went on a 4-game losing streak, losing to Delta, Shelbyville, Jay County, and Greenfield Central. That is where they stand here this evening. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and come back and talk about the team stats for both teams. This is Indian basketball on the Tribe Sports Network.
Struggling to keep up with your kids, your finances, your insurance, your life? I'm State Farm Agent Dennis Roach, and I can help you simplify and get to a better state. When we handle your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything else. More money, too. Because adding State Farm policies can earn discounts that could add up to 40% and actually help you get ahead. Call me, State Farm Agent Dennis Roach, at 674-9831 today and get to a better state with State Farm. Struggling to keep up with your kids, your finances, your insurance, your life? I'm State Farm Agent Dennis Roach, and I can help you simplify and get to a better state. When we handle your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything else. More money, too. Because adding State Farm policies...
From Jamestown to Jonesville. From North Salem to South Milford. From River Forest to Grass Creek. No matter where you live in Indiana, you can enjoy high school sports coverage at its very best on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. It's 35 powerhouse radio stations, Fox Sports Indiana, and the World Wide Web, combining their vast resources to blanket the state, the Midwest, and the world with the purest, most riveting presentation of high school sports in America. From Anderson to Attica, Kendallville to Kokomo, follow the high school sports that make our state great all season long. Thank you, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, and welcome home.
Welcome back to Yorktown High School. We continue with our pregame show. Look at the team numbers for Yorktown and look at the player numbers for Yorktown. Then we'll take a timeout and come back and talk about the Indians. So for Yorktown, they come into this evening's game They average 47 points a game on 39% shooting. They average about 23 rebounds per game as a team, about 8 assists, about 5 steals. So as a team, not too bad for Yorktown. The two leading scorers for the Yorktown Tigers is number 10, Matt Grimes. He comes in averaging 13 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. The other player to look forward to is number 11, Bobby Smith. He comes in averaging 10 points a game, 4 rebounds a game, and 2 assists per game. Those are the two to keep an eye on for the Yorktown Tigers. Step aside for 2 minutes. Come back and talk about the Mississinewa Indians. Back in 2 minutes on the Tribe Sports Network. Welcome back to Yorktown High School. The Mississinewa Indians and the Yorktown Tigers meeting up here this evening. Both teams respectively on their sides of the court, warming up, getting ready for tonight's matchup. As you just heard the Yorktown stats, now time for the Indians. For the Mississinewa Indians, both of these teams on paper match up just about identical. Both teams average 47 points per game. Mississinewa shoots the ball just a little bit better at 42%. Yorktown gets 23 rebounds a game. The Indians get 24. Yorktown gets 8 assists per game. The Indians get 10. Yorktown has 5 steals per game, and the Indians have 6. That's the difference. Not much of a difference, but just a tad bit different on the stats as a team. The individual scoring leaders for the Indians, the two to really keep an eye on here this evening, is number 42, Tabit Galt. Galt comes in averaging 15 points a game and 12 rebounds a game. He's the state leader in rebounds, not in his class, the entire state. Tabit Galt averages 12 rebounds per game. The other person to keep an eye on for the Indians is Anthony Horton, the 6-foot sophomore. Horton averages 8 points a game, 3 rebounds a game, and 4 assists per game. And Jalen Martin, another person to watch for the Indians. He can shoot it outside, comes off of a 19-point performance against Madison Grant this past weekend. Take a 2-minute timeout and come back and hear the comments of head coach Andrew Everts. This is Indians basketball on the Tribe Sports Network.
In Grant County, you know how much it means to have neighbors you can count on, like the Cookout Kings who invite you over every weekend for Burger Palooza. Well, here's another good neighbor you can count on. I'm State Farm Agent Dennis Roach. My team and I are here to help life go right when you combine your home and auto insurance, which can save you money and time. So combine home and auto and start the savings rolling. Call me, State Farm Agent Dennis Roach at 674-9831, 674-9831, and get to a better state with State Farm. In Grant County, you could add up to 40% and actually help you get ahead. Call me, State Farm Agent Dennis Roach.
Everett's with us. Coach, you come in off of a win against Madison Grant this past weekend. Had 1 day to prepare for Yorktown. What do you know about Yorktown?
They're a good basketball team. They're a dangerous basketball team because they have some really good shooters. They'll pressure us defensively, not in like a trapping or a full court sense, but you can already see it in the JV game. They're just really aggressive. They're really handsy on defense. I just think they're a good basketball team that lacks a little bit of confidence right now, so we have to make sure we don't give them any confidence tonight.
Coach, I know some coaches like to have the one final tune-up before the Grant 4. Some coaches don't. Where do you rank on that?
I'm okay with it. I mean, if we didn't have this game this week, we wouldn't have a great week of practice because our guys just like to play, and it's tough to maintain your focus for 5-6 straight days and then go play. So I like it. It will be tough to then only have 3 practices to get ready for the Grant 4, but I think Yorktown is going to play very similar to Eastbrook, so that is also going to help us as well.
How does it make you feel that you guys get to renew this matchup?
It's nice. I like it. I mean, they're a close 3A school, a team that, anytime they redraw the sectionals, we could end up being in their sectional. So I like it. It makes sense to play them. I'm excited for it.
Is everybody healthy here tonight?
Yep, everybody's good to go.
Coach, thank you for your time and good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Back in 2 minutes on the Tribe Sports Network. We'll welcome back inside of Yorktown High School in the Tiger Den here at Yorktown. We're getting ready for the national anthem in the starting lineups, and we'll come back with a tip-off of the varsity contest between the visiting Mississinewa Indians and the Yorktown Tigers, live from Yorktown High School. This is Indians basketball on the Tribe Sports Network.
Singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that Star-Spangled Banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? First for
Welcome back to Yorktown High School. Again, just a quick reminder for those of you watching at home, or rather listening at home, Due to us getting new technology and a new computer here this evening, we were unable to, for some reason, get our camera connected to the computer to bring you the live video, but we are able to bring you the live audio for some odd reason. The starters for both teams read as followed: a 6-foot sophomore guard, number 22, Anthony Horton; a 5'6" senior, Connor Wilson; a 6-foot senior, Jalen Martin; a 5'9" junior, Heisman Skeens; and a 6'6" senior, number 42, Tabit Galt. Tap up, controlled by the Indians. They move from left to right. Here's Horton, top of the key, swings it over in the corner to Jalen Martin. Out to Horton at the top. Horton gets it off to Tabit Galt. Now Galt looks, hands it off to Connor Wilson. Wilson drives, kicks it out to Skeens. In the corner, Martin driving to the baseline. Back out to Skeens. Wilson, top of the key. Wilson driving inside, floats it up to Galt. Galt mishandles it, and the Indians have a turnover on the first possession. A turnover early for Mississinewa, and now here's Yorktown moving from right to left. Here's Grimes, their leading scorer, averaging 13.8 points per game. Grimes with it. In the corner he goes to Harris and almost throws it away. Grimes gets a hold of it. Now driving inside, goes up, puts up a shot. No good on a rebound to Tabit Galt. Back the other way come the Indians. Wilson kicks it out to Horton. In the corner to Martin. Back out to Horton, who drives and kicks it out to Wilson. Anthony Horton with it now. He drives to the free throw line. Wilson eyes a three. Wilson almost makes it, but no good. So Connor Wilson misses the first shot attempt for the Indians. And back the other way comes Matt Grimes and the Tigers. In the corner now is Avila. Out to Grimes. Over to Harris. In the corner, Avila. Cross court now to Grimes. He has a wide open look at a three. Hits the top of the backboard, no good. It's off of Yorktown and going to the Indians. 2 shot attempts for the Tigers. Unable to connect on either one. The Indians have won a shot attempt and did not connect. Here's Wilson over to Anthony Horton. Horton to Skeens. Over to Horton. Horton dribbling, hands it off to Connor Wilson, drives inside, pass to Tabit Galt, put it up and put it in. Horton with the ball. Grimes. 3 up and on the way from Jared Harris, and he put it in. And they are 1 of 3 from the field, and they lead by 1 at 3-2. Here's Wilson. Top of the key over to Heisman Skeens. Skeens to Martin. Over to Connor Wilson in the corner. Drives baseline. Dishes it off to Galt. Ball knocked away. Indians fighting for it. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession going to Yorktown. So a turnover on Mississinewa. 3-2 ball game, 5:30. Here's Grimes in the corner, kicks it out. Here's Harris, and they're going to call an early foul on Horton. A little bit of a body foul. That's Horton's first and the team's first of the half. 3-2, 5:22 left in the opening quarter. Matt Grimes over to Harris in the corner of Avila. Inside, threw it away, and here's Connor Wilson running back the other way. 3-on-2, the Indians now slow things down. Here's Wilson over to Jalen Martin in the corner, Heisman Skeens. Back out to Martin, cross court to Anthony Horton. Now Connor Wilson. Wilson with it, backs it back out, and now he's ready to go. Drives inside, Wilson a floater, rims in and goes in. A nice little move by Wilson. Didn't look like it was going to go in. It set around on the rim, rolled around, and then dropped in. And Connor Wilson has 2. Pass deflected. Grimes gets it back. Cross court to Harris in the corner. Avila, 3. Got it. That one was nothing but net for Avila. And they're 2 of 4 from the field is Yorktown. Horton kicks it out to Connor Wilson. Jalen Martin over to Wilson. Wilson driving, free throw line, loses control. Too much shimmy, shake, and moving. It's jump ball. The Indians get possession of it, but Connor Wilson's trying to dribble too much with the basketball. Wilson inbound. Over to Jalen Martin, and now hands it off to Skeens. Skeens over to Martin. Martin with it. He's bumped, and a foul going to be called on Jared Harris. It's going to be Harris's first, team's second. Actually, it's the team's first. Martin inbounds and gets it to Wilson. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Horton drives to the baseline, dishes it off to Tabit. Galt misses it, gets his own rebound, misses it again. With the ball is Grime. Over in the corner, this is Hall. Grimes, Avila. Out to Jared Harris. Shoots a three, no good. And a rebound comes down to Avila. He saves it. Now here's Hall. Over to Harris. Avila with it. He's trapped in the corner. Loses control. Now they're going to call a foul on Heisman Skeens. Actually, they called it on number 12, Jalen Martin. That's going to be Martin's first, team second. Matt Grimes to trigger the inbound pass. He gets it. Now Wilson's out and running. Hall inside, knocked away. Avila comes away with it. Hall gets it back. He goes up and he's fouled. And who's this foul going to be called on? Fouls on Indian number 42, Tabit Galt. His first and the team's third. At the line to shoot two is Gary Hall, the 6'2 senior. First one up for Hall is good. And it's a three-point lead for the Tigers at 7-4. Hall's second free throw is good also, and now it's 8-4. Here's Heisman Skeens, and he hands it off to Jalen Martin. Martin goes in the corner to Horton. Now back out to Martin. Jalen hands it off to Connor Wilson. Wilson free throw line, brings it back out. Out to Anthony Horton. Had a wide open three and didn't shoot it. Horton drives inside, spin move. Goes up, no call. Here's Grime, goes in the corner. Presley Jones a three, no good. Rebound, Tabit Galt. Back the other way come the Indians with Connor Wilson. Skeens to Wilson, floats it inside. Tabit Galt goes up, knocked to the floor, and finally a foul called. Galt smacks the floor in frustration because he didn't think the foul was going to be called. Now it was finally called, and Galt's going to the line to shoot two. Tabit, pretty solid free throw shooter. Of the games I've seen him play this year, I've seen him miss 2 times. This one's up and good for Tabit. And he's got 3 of the team's 5. One more for Tabit. This one up and perfect. And Tabit Galt has 4 of the team's 6. And a timeout, Mississinewa. It's a 30-second timeout. 8-6, Tigers with a 2-point lead. 2:21 left in the opening quarter. Back in 30 seconds on the Tribe Sports Network.
It means to have neighbors you can count on, like the Cookout Kings who invite you over every weekend for Burger Palooza. Well, here's another good neighbor you can count on. I'm State Farm Agent Dennis Roach. My team and I are here to help life go right when you combine your home and auto insurance. which can save you money and time. So combine home and auto and start the savings rolling. Call me, State Farm Agent Dennis Roach at 674-9831, 674-9831, and get to a better state with State Farm. In Grant County, you know how.
Welcome back to Yorktown. Tigers with a 2-point lead and an offensive foul going against Matt Grimes. Wait a minute. Is it a moving screen? The official signaled where Grimes was standing with the basketball, and it was on number 24, Graham Reedy. His first in the team's fifth. Here's Wilson. Over to Anthony Horton in the corner. Heisman schemes. Goes back out to Horton. Horton drives, kicks corner. Martin a three. Got it. Jalen Martin is red hot from the corner. I don't think I've seen him miss but one or two from the corner at Madison Grant, and he nails his first three attempt here this evening. Indians take over the lead at 9-8. Driving to the baseline, and a travel's called against Presley Jones. He ran into the brick wall of Tabit Galt and had trouble getting rid of the ball before he shuffled his feet. Anthony Horton with it now, goes inside. Tabit Galt goes up, fouled, and it's going to be the second foul against Graham Reedy. And Tabit Galt's going to go to the line for two more. First one for Tabit is good. He's 3 of 3 from the line. Checking in for Yorktown is Brennan Bays. 10-8 Indians with a 2-point lead. Tabit, second free throw up. This one a little bit short, but he has the shooter's touch and rolls in. He's 4 of 4 from the line. The Indians 4 for 4 from the line as a team. 11-8 Indians with a 3-point lead. Grimes, Avila a three, no good. Rebound Anthony Horton, gets it to Tabit Galt, fought for, and it's Indian basketball. Horton with it, top of the key for the Mississinewa Indians, down to a minute to play in the first quarter. 11-8, 3-point lead for Ole Miss. Wilson over to Anthony Horton. Now Connor Wilson. Horton with it to Connor Wilson. Over in the corner, Jalen Martin. Now to Skeens. Corner, Horton. Horton drives, kicks it out. Connor Wilson, wide open three, no good. Back the other way comes Yorktown. Luke Avila over to Jones. Avila with it. Goes to Jones. In the corner, Harris. Now Avila. An offensive foul. Going to be called on a moving screen against Brennan Bays. His second foul. And into the lineup comes Jordan Edwards. 8.6 left to play in the first quarter, a 3-point lead for the Indians. Here is Anthony Horton out and running. Brings it back out, drives inside, spin move, goes up, puts it up, no good. And that's the way the first quarter is going to end. At the end of the first quarter, Mississinewa 11, Yorktown 8. Back in 1 minute with the second quarter. This is Indians basketball on the Tribe Sports Network. Welcome back to Yorktown High School. 8 minutes on the clock. 8 more minutes, and we're at the halftime break. And inbounding the ball is Yorktown with Jared Harris. Harris hands it off to Grimes. Harris driving to the free throw line. Kicks it out to Jones. Now Harris swings it over to Bays. Now Harris. Harris driving. Kicks it out. This is Edwards, who just checked in a moment ago. Inside, Grimes turns it around, puts it up, put it in. A 1-point lead for the Indians. Nice little move by Grimes. Connor Wilson over to Jalen Martin. Wilson, top of the key. Elijah Bounds in for the first time along with Trey Jones here this second quarter. Here's Skeens. Skeens drives, kicks it out. Trey Jones in the corner, Jalen Martin. The same corner he hit his first three from. Skeens the offensive rebound. Now Bounds has it. Bounds goes up, and it's a jump ball. Martin had a good look at the three. Didn't capitalize on that one. It was a jump ball off of a Heisman. Skeens offensive rebound. Indians keep possession. Connor Wilson to inbound the basketball. Here's Jalen Martin, who almost thought about a three. Now Elijah Bounds, a free throw line jumper is no good, and a rebound comes down to Yorktown. Here's Grimes, swings it over to Presley Jones, and now out to Harris. Edwards, free throw line, defended by Martin. Jones to Edwards. In the corner, Jones. Harris to Grimes, back to Jones. Over to Harris. And now Gary Hall. Hall defended by Bounds, and he kicks it back out. Indians having a stout defensive performance right now. Edwards with it. Swings it over to Harris. Indians in a man-to-man. Harris with it. Now to Grimes. Grimes goes around Jones, goes up with a layup, but he was fouled on the floor, and I think they're calling it on Trey Jones. It is the number 21, Trey Jones. His first.
Foul on Trey Jones.
Here is Jones over to Grime. Edwards, free throw line, shot up, no good, tipped out. And a foul going to be called on Elijah Bounds.
Foul on Bounds. His first team's fifth.
Inbounding is going to be Matt Grimes. He gets it to Gary Hall. Now Grimes. Inside Hall, ball deflected, bounds to Jones. Jones out and running. Now he's double teamed. He has to get rid of it, and he gets it to Jalen Martin. Now Anthony Horton. Horton with it over to Jalen Martin. Now Tabit Galt back in. Backs down his defender, gets it to Elijah Bounds, who goes up and put it in. A nice pass from Tabit Galt to find his teammate Bounds underneath the basket, and Bounds puts it in. Indians back up 13-10. 5:15 left in the opening half. Grimes fakes the three, now drives inside, goes up with the left hand, and he traveled. Martin over to Anthony Horton. Now to Bounds at the free throw line, kicks it back out. Horton, Trey Jones. Now Horton on the wing, brings it back out, cross court to Martin. Horton top of the key, dribbling with a basketball, drives inside, goes up with a right hand. No good, Tabit Galt the offensive rebound, puts it up, and he's fouled. Tabit Galt doing a solid job down low, getting the offensive rebounds, keeping the Indians in this ball game. Galt has a chance to extend the Indian lead to 5 if he can connect on both of these free throws, and he does on the first one. 5 of 5 from the free throw line this evening for Tabit Galt. One more, and he'll be 6 of 6, and a perfect 6 for 6 as a team. Galt, this one in and out. Bounds got shoved in the back, wanted the call, but official said no. Harris with it, goes around Horton, goes up, deflected by Galt. Bounds the defensive rebound, now Martin with it. Martin goes in the corner to Trey Jones. Jones looks to get it to Bounds, and now here's Jalen Martin. Martin to Anthony Horton. Horton over to Trey Jones. Back to Horton. Trying to get it inside to Tabit Galt, and he does. And now Galt back out to Horton. Horton free throw line inside to Bounds. Bounds goes up, misses it, gets his own rebound, goes up, and he's fouled. A beautiful pass from Anthony Horton to find Elijah Bounds. Bounds' first free throw is up and good. The Indians are 7 of 8 from the free throw line as a team. And Bounds is 1 of 1, and Connor Wilson checks back in. He replaces Jalen Martin. One more free throw to come for Elijah Bounds. Second one is perfect. 2 of 2 for Bounds. And 8 of 9 as a team. And a timeout, Yorktown. 16-10, Indians with a 6-point lead. 4:04 left in the first half. We're back in 30 seconds on the Tribe Sports Network.
49831 today and get to a better state with State Farm. Struggling to keep up with your kids, your finances, your insurance, your life? I'm State Farm Agent Dennis Roach, and I can help you simplify and get to a better state. When we handle your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything else. More money, too. Because adding State Farm policies can earn discounts that could add up to 40% and actually help you get ahead. Call me, State Farm Agent Dennis Roach, at 674-9831 today and get to a better state with State Farm. Struggling to keep up with your kids, your finances, your insurance, your life? I'm State Farm Agent Dennis Roach, and I can help you simplify and get to a better state. When we handle your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything.
Welcome back to Yorktown High School. Edwards with the basketball. Now to Grimes, kicks it out. Grimes in the corner, driving to the baseline, kicks it out to Harris. Harris shot up, no good. A rebound, Larry Dean, who just checked in, and he hands it off to Connor Wilson. Wilson inside, threw it away. Fourth turnover on the Indians. Grimes, wide open three, no good, out of bounds, Indian basketball. Here's Wilson, top of the key. Connor hands it off to Elijah Bounds, goes inside, put it up off the glass, and put it in. Elijah Bounds with 6 points, and the Indians up by 8, 18-10. Grimes with it, defended by Dean. In the corner, Edwards, Wilson defends him. So that's going to be the first foul on Connor Wilson. Avila returns for Yorktown. 18-10. And here's Grimes with the basketball. Dean defends him. Dean, arguably the best defender on this Indian team. In the corner was Avila, goes to Grimes. Free throw line, Avila A three on the way. Got it to go. It's 18-13. 2:30 left in the first half. Here's Connor Wilson, goes to Anthony Horton. Horton dribbles with his left and swings it over to Connor Wilson. And Wilson almost threw it away, got it back, saves it, and threw it away again. Grimes out and running. Grimes free throw line, backs down Dean. Avila, another three. No good. Rebound, Tabit Galt. That's got to be rebound number 7. Here's Horton. Out to Wilson. Wilson to Dean. Now Tabit Galt. Over to Wilson. Wilson to Larry Dean. Back to Connor Wilson. He swings it over to Anthony Horton. Larry Dean floats it up. Tabit Galt comes down with it. He's fouled on the floor. And I think it's going on Matt Grimes. Until number 41, Reed Neal. Galt at the line for a 1 and bonus. Free throw up and good. Tabit Galt has shot 7 free throws and he's hit 6 of 7. One more for Tabit. Second one up and good. Tabit Galt has 9 points. Indians up 7-20-13 with 90 seconds to play in the first half. With the basketball in the corner of Avila. Avila driving to the baseline. Grimes knocked away by Dean. Grimes gets it back. Goes up with a right hand. No good. A rebound. Larry Dean. And he hands it off to Heisman Skeens, and the Indians have their chance to make it a double-digit lead with a 3 here. Larry Dean hands it off to Heisman Skeens, and he swings it over to Jalen Martin. Skeens top of the key in the corner. Anthony Horton. Horton has a wide open 3, launches it in and out. A nice shot by Horton, who was standing wide open, just didn't have his luck to fall in. Grimes with it, over to Jones, and now out to Harris, who lost control and gained it back. Now Grimes drives to the baseline, kicks it out. Avila in the corner. Harris goes inside. Neal kicks it out. Grimes looked like he traveled, goes inside, left-hand layup, put it in. Anthony Horton brings it back down the other way for the Indians, a 5-point lead at 20-15 with 20 seconds left. Down to 15 seconds left in the first half. Indians going for the final shot. Here's Skeens with 10. Larry Dean with 7. Inside Tabit Galt with 6. Goes up. Right-hand hook, no. Avila with it. Loses control out of bounds with 1 second. Indians have a chance at a catch and shoot. Connor Wilson and Trey Jones in, along with Landon Swanner. Swanner with his first varsity minutes of the season here. Wilson goes up. It's going to be a no call. Wilson was fouled, he thought, on the 3, and that's the way the first half will end. At halftime, Mississinewa 20, Yorktown 15. Back with the second half in just a few minutes. This is Indians basketball on the Tribe Sports Network. So here we go, second half underway from Yorktown. Grimes with it. Spots up for a three, no good. Rebound. It's off of Tabit Galt, and it's staying with Yorktown. With the ball now is Harris. Harris with it, defended by Connor Wilson. Gary Hall kicks it out to Grime. In the corner with it now is Reedy. Over to Harris. Grimes with it. Goes up, fakes, kicks it out. Avila, now Harris a three, no good. Rebound Anthony Horton, he's out and running. Connor Wilson driving to the baseline, and he's fouled. The Indians move from right to left in their road red uniforms with the white and gray trim. Yorktown moving from left to right in their home white uniforms with the green trim. Here the second half. Wilson inbounding. 5-second call. Here's Grimes with it in the corner. Harris spots floater off the glass, no good. Rebound, Tabit Galt. And back the other way come the Indians with Connor Wilson now to Jalen Martin. Martin to the baseline, kicks it out to Connor Wilson. Wilson spots up for a three, no good. A rebound, Tabit Galt puts it up off the glass and put it in. Tabit Galt in double figures with 11 points. When Tabit Galt gets going like this, the Indians are almost unstoppable because every time they miss a shot, Tabit Galt's there to clean it up. 22-15, Indians with a 7-point lead. Avila, Skeens defending, knocks it out of bounds. It's still Yorktown basketball. 6:22 left in the third quarter. Inbounding, here's Gary Hall to Jared Harris. Grimes going to bring it back out for the Tigers. Now here's Harris in the corner, Avila. Avila to Harris, or to Grimes rather. Now Harris back to Grimes. Horton all over him. Grimes driving, kicks it out to Harris. Horton takes it away. Horton brings it back out. Tabit Galt out to Jalen Martin. Now to Anthony Horton. Horton with it. In the corner, Jalen Martin. Now back to Anthony Horton. Horton inside, blocked away. Heisman Skeens with a rebound, and now he threw it away. With the basketball is Gary Hall to Grimes. Kicks it out. Avila over to Hall or Harris. Now Reedy kicks it out to Grimes. Grimes with it in the corner. Avila. And there's going to be a foul called on Anthony Horton. On that last offensive possession for Mississinewa, Horton had a one-on-one opportunity and brought him back out, and Coach Everts was not, I wouldn't say he was frustrated, but he was confused on why Horton just didn't take it to the basket. Here's Presley Jones to Grimes. Hands it off. This is Presley Jones. Jones inside Reedy, taken away by Connor Wilson. Indians out and running. Wilson free throw line goes up. Nice move. Put it in. Full timeout, Yorktown. 24-15, 4:30 left in the third quarter. Back in 1 minute on the Tribe Sports Network.
Everything else. More money, too, because adding State Farm policies...
Jamestown to Jonesville. From North Salem to South Milford. From River Forest to Grass Creek. No matter where you live in Indiana, you can enjoy high school sports coverage at its very best on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. It's 35 powerhouse radio stations, Fox Sports Indiana, and the World Wide Web, combining their vast resources to blanket the state, the Midwest, and the world with the purest, most riveting presentation of high school sports in America. From Anderson to Attica, Kendallville to Kokomo, follow the high school sports that make our state great all season long. Thank you, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, and welcome home.
Welcome back to Yorktown. Out of the timeout, 9-point lead for the Indians. Gary Hall, free throw line jumper up, and no good. Tabit Galt pulls down the rebound. Tabit Galt has got to have a double-double. Here's Anthony Horton over to Connor Wilson, drives inside, kicks it out. Tabit Galt, a three, rolled off the rim and no good, but it looked good out of his hand. That's one category Tabit Galt does not have a stat in, is a three-pointer made. Avila, three from the far corner, no good. Rebound, Connor Wilson. Ball deflected. It's Indian basketball. Connor Wilson off the inbound pass, a three, no good. Connor Wilson 0 for 4 from three-point range, but the Indians still lead by 9. Here's Avila over to Harris inside Reedy. Hall goes up, missed it. Rebound, Jalen Martin. Now here is Tabit Galt, goes up, put it in. Tabit Galt put it in the basket. Galt has 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points for Tabit Galt. 26-15. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Presley Jones out to Jared Harris. Harris free throw line, kicks it out. Avila another three. This one's good. Here's Connor Wilson to Horton in the corner. Martin drives baseline, goes up, put it off the glass, and it's a charge. (26-18). Jared Harris with the basketball. Here's Avila. Goes in the corner to Presley Jones. Now Avila. Inside, kicks it out. Jones, three. Got it! 26-25. Timeout, Mississinewa. It's a full timeout. The momentum has changed directions here in the third quarter. With 2:15 left in the third, Mississinewa's lead has been cut to 5 off of back-to-back threes, 26-21, back in 60 seconds on the Tribe Sports Network. welcome back to Yorktown. Elijah Bounds with it. Foul on the floor. Who's the foul going on? It's on Yorktown. And it's on number 3, Jared Harris.
His second, team second.
Inbounding the ball for the Indians, Anthony Horton. Horton tried to get it to Tabit Galton. A turnover knocked away by Horton. It's 26-21. Back the other way comes the Tigers with Jared Harris over to Presley Jones. Jones inside, kicks it out. Harris a 3, in and out. Rebound fought for. Hall picks it up. Now Tabit Galt out to Anthony Horton. Horton to Martin. Martin goes up. No good. Rebound Elijah Bounds. He's fouled. For some reason, Anthony Horton is just timid to shoot the basketball. Sometimes you just got to take it instead of dishing it off. It's good to not be selfish, but you've only shot one shot the entire game. Martin, a 3 out of the corner, no good. Rebound comes down to Yorktown. Harris with it, free throw line. Over. This is Presley Jones. Jones with it. Almost lost the handle. Now kicks it out to Harris. Over to Bays now. Bays with it. Now to Harris. Harris at the top of the key. Horton all over him. Harris almost lost control. Here's Hall. And I think he traveled, but they're going to call a foul. I think it's on Tabit Galt. It is on Tabit. Wait a minute. It's on Elijah Bounds. I saw the 4 and the 2. They just had them vice versa. So that's Elijah Bounds' second foul. Team's third. Inbounding is Grimes. Jones goes up, no good. Tabit Galt the rebound. And now Connor Wilson going down the other side of the court. Here's Anthony Horton. Brings it back out. 40 seconds to play in the third quarter. Here's Horton, top of the key. Anthony working with it. Hands it off to Jalen Martin. Down to 30 seconds. Now Connor Wilson, a 3-man weave going on, top of the key. Martin hands it off to Anthony Horton. Down to 20 seconds. Off to Connor Wilson. Wilson with it. Wilson brings it back out. Down to 10. A screen from Galt. Wilson to Bounds. Bounds a 3. No good. And a full court heave is no good. Bays, a 3 at the buzzer is no good. So at the end of the third quarter, Mississinewa 26, Yorktown 21. Back in 1 minute with the fourth quarter. This is Indians basketball on the Tribe Sports Network. Back at Yorktown High School, fourth quarter underway. Indians with the basketball with Anthony Horton. Hands it off to Connor Wilson. Wilson with it over to Tabbitt Galt. Tabbitt to Bounds. In the corner, Martin. Out to Connor Wilson. Wilson, free throw line, goes inside. Kicks it out to Tabbitt Galt. And it's a turnover on Mississinewa. And turnovers late in the game will start hurting you. Presley Jones, a three, no good. Connor Wilson. Here's Wilson. Anthony Horton with it now. Horton driving inside, goes up. Shot up, but he's fouled. And Anthony Horton, who is 0 of 14 from the free throw line, can make his first free throws of the year. A 0% free throw shooter. And there is Anthony Horton's first free throw made of the season. He is 1 of 1 from the line. One more for Anthony. Second one up and good. 2 of 2 from the free throw line for Anthony Horton. Tabbitt Galt on the bench fired up, giving him a high five, and Anthony looks over at him and smiles. A bright moment there for Anthony. He had been so frustrated with himself for not making free throws. Coach Reed and the coaching staff, along with his teammates, encouraging him yesterday in practice. Horton stood at the free throw line and nailed like 6 in a row, and now he's got him down, it looks like. He's still got a smile on his face. A missed shot from Grimes. Horton takes it away. Here comes Anthony down the other direction. Horton brings it back out. Horton driving inside, dishes it off to Tabbitt Galt. Goes up, bounds the rebound. He goes up, put it in. A foul on Mississinewa. It's going to probably go on Horton. It is on Anthony. .30-21 left. It's 30-21, 9-point lead for the Indians. Back in 30 seconds. Tribe Sports Network. Welcome back to Yorktown High School. With the basketball is Matt Grimes. Swings it over to Presley Jones. Jones out to Grimes and brings it to the top of the key. 9-point lead for Ole Miss. Grimes out. Avila, 3 is an air ball. Gets his own rebound. Fought for. Indians trapping. Jones with it. Horton takes it away, and they call a foul on Connor Wilson. That's Wilson's second. Horton had it and was headed down the other way. Wilson almost a steal. Now Jones a 3 to answer. 30-24. Here's Horton. Dishes it off to Connor Wilson. Over to Anthony. Horton with it now. Ball deflected. Jalen Martin comes in. Connor Wilson coming out.
Mays returns to the floor for Yorktown.
Horton to inbound the ball. Gets it to Heisman Skeens. Back to Anthony in the corner. And now Horton wants to bring it out. Horton top of the key to Galt. Now Skeens driving. Hands it off to Tabit Galt. Horton inside to Dean. Loses control and a turnover on Mississinewa.
Harris returns to the lineup for Yorktown.
So with the basketball is Grimes. Presley Jones, another three, no good. Anthony Horton, a rebound. Here's Horton. Over to Heisman Skeens. Now to Dean. Now Tabit Galt. In the corner, Martin. Out to Horton. Horton at the top of the key. 4:50 left in the game. Here's Heisman Skeens. So Anthony Horton picks up the foul. It's his fourth. Team sixth. Here's Grimes with it. He's over to Avila. Now Grimes. He traveled. And they do call a travel. Here's Connor Wilson. Wilson across half court. Top of the key. Connor looking. Hands it off to Heisman Skeens, who's got to get going. You got to get somebody going offensively for Mississinewa. Here's Wilson. Martin. Martin a three. This one's short. Tabit Galt the rebound. Now Martin has his almost the ball knocked out of his hands. It was knocked out of his hands, but he was fouled in the process. So after hitting his first three, Martin has went 0 of 3 since. Just 3 points for Jalen. Wilson inbounding. Out to Jalen Martin. Here's Connor Wilson. Wilson to Heisman Skeens. Now Connor Wilson. Skeens inside. Larry Dean goes up, left it short. It's a rare shot for Larry Dean. Dean hardly ever shoots it. Now shot up and no good, and a rebound Larry Dean. He's out and running. Inside, tried to get it to Galt. Thankfully for the Indians, it was knocked off of Yorktown. And Yorktown's fired up, wanting it to be their basketball. And of course, the call gets changed, and the ball goes to Yorktown.
Bounds returns to the lineup for Mississinewa. Ball for Yorktown.
30-24, 3:20 left in the ball game. 6-point lead for Mississinewa. Over to Grimes in the corner. Avila a three, no good. Rebound Heisman Skeens. Skeens to Tabit Galt. Now to Connor Wilson. Wilson inside, goes up, put it in. He's got 6. Indians leads now 8. Avila 3 to answer. 32-27, 5-point lead for Mississinewa. Full timeout. with 2:38 left in the game. Full timeout Yorktown, 32-27. Back in 1 minute on the Tribe Sports Network. So out of the timeout, Indians are going to have the basketball. And here's Connor Wilson. Here comes the pressure from Yorktown. Wilson across half court. There's a foul going to be called on number 3, Jared Harris.
His third. Press Jones into the lineup for the Tigers.
Jalen Martin to inbound. Gets it to Heisman Skeens. And now Connor Wilson, a spin move. Wilson. Turnover. Back the other way is Hall. Skeens is going up. Left-hand layup, no good. Here's Bounds up and put it in. So Heisman Skeens picks up a foul. His first. With 1:58 left. Going to the line is Matt Grimes. His free throw's up and good. He's got one more. Indians lead is 6. If he hits this one, it'll be 5. With plenty of time left on the clock for Yorktown. Down the stretch, you've got to hit your free throws, and Grimes hits them both. Now here's Connor Wilson, gets it to Jalen Martin. Martin across half court to Tabit Galt. Inside Wilson, brings it out. Bounds, goes up, no foul. Again, no foul. They finally call a travel. We've got a timeout, Yorktown. The Indians wanted a travel. It's 34-29. And we'll take a 30-second timeout and come back. So back here at Mississinewa High School, or at Yorktown High School, rather. It's 34-29. With the ball is Harris. Harris with it over to Presley Jones. Inside, shot up, count it, and the foul for Matt Grimes. Makes it a one-possession game. Elijah Bounds coming out. Horton coming in. Free throw up for Grimes, put it in. 2-point game, 34-32, 1:24 left. Here's Wilson being trapped, gets it to Heisman Skeens. Now to Tabbitt Galt. Galt out to Skeens, now to Wilson. Wilson's fouled. And now Connor Wilson has a chance to make it a two-possession game, but in order to do that, he has to hit both free throws. A 1-and-1 for Connor Wilson. Free throw up, no good. Here's Grimes. Harris with it to Jones. Grimes with it. Presley Jones over to Grimes, defended by Wilson. Turnover, here's Wilson. Timeout Mississinewa, 34-32, 50 seconds to play. We're back in 1 minute on the Tribe Sports Network. Welcome back to Yorktown High School. 34-32, 50 seconds to play. Indians with the basketball out of bounds. Number one, you got to get it inbounds. Number two, they're going to foul, so you better hit your free throws if you want to win this game. Martin to inbound. He gets it to Anthony Horton. There's goal number one, and they foul Anthony. And after seeing them shoot those first two, even though he was 0 of 14 until that point, I like it. Anthony's only going to be a better player if he's put in these situations. So Anthony Horton, who is 2 of 2 from the line with 2 points, is at the line for a 1-and-1, and he missed it. Back the other way comes Yorktown. 40 seconds to play. Harris with it. Goes to Presley Jones. Horton defends. He can't foul. Jared Harris over to Avila. Over to Harris. Inside. And a foul. Reedy going to the line for 2. It's on number 22, Anthony Horton, and he's fouled out of the game.
Foul on Horton. That's his 5th. Bounds in the lineup.
Graham Reedy at the line to shoot 2. First one's up and long and no good. One more for Reedy. It's in. 1 point game. Here's Wilson. Wilson out and running, 27 seconds. He's fouled.
Into the lineup for the Tigers.
23 seconds left. The Indians are ice cold from the free throw line. And Connor Wilson is at the line. Wilson, a pretty good free throw shooter, but he missed his first attempt earlier. This one's up. Good. 2 point game, 35-33. One more for Wilson. Wilson at the free throw line. This one's up. Perfect for Connor Wilson. 36-33. Down to 20 seconds to play. Matt Grimes with it. You can't foul if you're Mississinewa. You've got to have your hands up and do not foul. Timeout Yorktown. 36-33. 15 seconds to play. We're back in 1 minute on the Tribe Sports Network. Welcome back to Yorktown High School. Indians lead 36-33, 15 seconds to play. If you're Mississinewa, you know who Yorktown's going to. They're going to Matt Grimes. So just stop him. You can't foul. Number one, don't foul on a three. Avila, a three to tie. No good. Tabbitt Galt the rebound. And they're going to foul Tabbitt. And if Tabbitt Galt can hit both of these, the Indians will go on and win in advance and look forward to playing on Saturday at the Grant Four. But you've got to hit both of these first before you look forward to the Grant Four. He gets 2 shots. If he just hits one, the game's over. Free throw for Tabbitt. Up and no good. One more for Tabbitt Galt. You just got to hit one if you're Tabbitt. This one's up, and he put it in. And that about does it. Presley Jones, a three. No good. And the Indians survive and win tonight. Final score, 37-33 Mississinewa. Thanks for listening from Yorktown High School. We'll be at the Grant Four on Saturday for Dalton Bishop. So long from York.